Welcome to Tech Tip Tuesday. I'm Allison Rogers, Instructional Technology Specialist here at RESA, and today's Tech Tip Tuesday is going to focus on how to use Write Inbox for Gmail. Write Inbox is a tool you can use with Gmail that allows you to schedule emails to send later, set up email reminders, create recurring emails, and add private notes to emails. To start, go to writeinbox.com and click Install Now. So you're first going to install a tiny browser extension, then Write Inbox will be integrated with your Gmail interface. So when you open your Gmail page after the first time you've installed the browser extension, you'll need to go through a simple authorization process. And then once you do that, and you construct an email, you'll notice that you have more options now at the bottom. You have Send Later, Remind Me, Add Note, and Recurring. This is now there because you've added the Write Inbox tool. So first and foremost, let me show you how to send an email at a later time. So I'm going to type out my email and then I'm going to click Send Later. I have the option to send it in 1 hour, 2 hours, and so on. I can even send it in different days. I can say, okay, I'm going to send it tomorrow morning. So I've selected that. And then if I'm in my drafts, it'll show me scheduled to be sent, and then it'll be tomorrow morning. Once this is sent tomorrow morning, this email will then go into my sent mail. If at any time I want to change the content of the email or change the schedule of when it will be sent, I just simply go into that email, click on the Send Later, and then change my options and save. Or I can also click Cancel Scheduled Email, and it will delete that schedule, but it won't delete the email. So that email will still be in my drafts, it's just not scheduled to be sent now. I can also go into the Send Later and I can add a specific time. So I can pick a date, a time, or I can even type in some buzzwords. So for example, if I know that I want it to be sent in 2 days, it will reflect that over here. I can even click on the Show Examples button to get some ideas of what types of buzzwords will work. Then I can click Schedule, and it will now be in my drafts being scheduled to be sent at the appropriate time. I can also go into the Send Later option and customize this menu. So these are my default options, but if I want to change that, I click Customize this menu, and I can get rid of specific options, or I can add options. Let's say I want an option to say in 1 day. I can click Save, and now when I go into Send Later, these are my default options. Another option is the Remind Me function. If I click on Remind Me, I can set up a time frame or add a specific time or customize this menu to remind me that I sent this email. If I'm writing an email, or I can respond to an email and set up a reminder. Basically what this does is it gives me a notification to say, hey, remember you dealt with this email, perhaps you want to follow up. I can also click this little drop down button and pick only if nobody responds. So maybe I set up a reminder in maybe 1 week. I get reminded, and I have this selected only if nobody responds. So in 1 week I've responded to this email, but if nobody responds, this will send me a notification to say, hey, you sent this, but perhaps you want to reach out and send another email. So it's a nice feature. Another feature as you're writing an email is the Add Note function. If I click Add Note, I can type a little private note to myself, and I'm the only one that can see this note. Even though I'm sending an email to someone else, I'm the only one that can see these notes. So I click the Save Note, it will light up, and I can send the email. And then when I go back into that email, notice that I'm in the email and it automatically pops up my note. So I can be referring back to this in a week or a month, and I will have these notes to remind me of what I wanted to be reminded of. The last thing I want to show you is the recurring email function. So if I want to send an email and I want it to be set up to be sent maybe once a week, I can click this recurring button and it lets me set it up. So I can say weekly, let's say every week on Tuesday, and I can say maybe I want it to be sent out at noon, and I can pick the start date. I can pick an end date or after a certain number of occurrences, but let's say I just want it to continue on for now. So I say no end date, and then I schedule. And what this will do, will send this email weekly on Tuesdays at noon, continuously until I cancel this schedule or I change this schedule. So it's a nice little time saver if you have emails that need to be sent out monthly, weekly, or whatever. You can just kind of set them up, schedule them, and then forget about them. So that's it for today's Tech Tip Tuesday. If you have an idea, question, or suggestion for a Tech Tip Tuesday topic, email me and your idea may be featured in a future training or Tech Tip Tuesday blast.